So two clients walk in, they've got the same project, same drawing, same stages, same site visits, and maybe the same kind of requirements. You quote both of them the same, 10 lakh rupees. Yet one of them will inevitably lose you money because despite the same deliverable, the expenses of delivering them, the cost of delivering them, that's going to be different. The risk and the effort that you'll take to deliver them is going to be different. Let's fix this in 3 minutes. Meet client A. There's one decision maker, there's a clear brief, they reply typically in a day, and when you present them options, they're decisive, they tend to decide. Meet client B. They've got four family members with four individual opinions, and the brief keeps changing. Approvals always take 2 weeks, and every decision that they take gets reopened a couple of weeks later because they've seen something new on Pinterest. Same scope, but completely different load, different effort, different time, and different economics. The difference between A and B ultimately is not how polite they are or how friendly they are or how nice the relationship is, but it's how much time and money and effort will they cost you. And this is a mistake that almost every firm makes. They price for what they deliver, but not what it takes to deliver it in the environment of that particular project. Because that's what really consumes your team, doesn't it? It's not about producing drawings, it's more about the meetings, the follow ups, the revisions, the waitings, the chasing of information, the re explaining and re-closing decisions that have already been done once, doing the same work twice because somebody changed their mind despite everything. That's going to be different for client A and B. And you know what? None of that appears today as a line item in your scope. All of that is yet the real cost. So what do? Split everything into two parts. Number one is scope and number two is complexity. Scope is ultimately what you're agreeing to deliver, and complexity tells you how hard it would be delivered in that particular environment. For example, a 20,000 square foot project with one stakeholder could be much easier to do than a 5,000 square foot project with six stakeholders who tend to fight over every choice. So, how do you use it? Before you price it, score six separate things on low, medium, and a high scale. First, stakeholders. How many people can influence this decision? Then, decision speed. How fast do decisions actually get made? Number three, coordination. Coordination is how many consultants, vendors, etc. would need to move together. Scope uncertainty. How confident do you feel after talking to this client that once they've decided on a scope, then it's going to remain stable? Schedule pressure. Are they asking for a faster than normal schedule? And most importantly, client behavior. How much extra work would their behavior, their way of operation create for you? If it's a low complexity, charge a normal fee. A medium, a slight premium, right? If it's high, either do a significantly high fee, say no, or go on a different commercial structure altogether. If you don't, you would end up losing money. How would you not? So think about it this way. Scope is ultimately what you know that you're selling, but complexity is the difference between how expensive that scope is going to be for you or how cheap. And once you accept that cost, scope, and complexity are different things, then there's an obvious next question. The question is, how many legitimate ways are there to charge for the same project based on these variables? In the next episode, I'll price a project five separate ways, and at least one of them is costing you money.